Have you ever heard a spooky story about a ghostly figure or objects moving on their own? Paranormal phenomena like ghosts, poltergeists, and mysterious voices have fascinated humans for centuries. But what if these strange occurrences aren't just the stuff of legends and scary movies? What if there's a scientific explanation behind them? In today's video, we're diving deep into the world of the paranormal to uncover the possible scientific reasons behind these mysterious happenings. We will explore what science has to say about ghosts, haunted houses, telekinesis, and other unexplained events. So if you're curious about whether these things are real or just tricks of the mind, stick around because this video is about to get very interesting. Ghosts and haunted houses, what could be causing these sightings? Let's start with one of the most common paranormal phenomena: ghost sightings and haunted houses. Many people claim to have seen ghosts or felt a presence in a room, but could there be a scientific explanation? Some scientists believe that ghost sightings could be caused by something called infrasound. Infrasound is a type of sound wave that is below the range of human hearing. Even though we can't hear these sounds, our bodies can feel them, and they can cause strange sensations like chills or feelings of fear. These low-frequency sounds can be produced by natural events like earthquakes, wind, or even certain types of machinery. Infrasound might make people think they see or feel ghosts when there's actually nothing there. Another theory involves electromagnetic fields, EMFs. High levels of EMFs, which can come from electrical appliances or power lines, have been shown to cause feelings of unease, dizziness, or even hallucinations in some people. This might explain why some locations are believed to be haunted. They could have high EMF levels that affect people's brains. So, while there isn't solid evidence of ghosts being real, there are plenty of scientific explanations for why people might think they're seeing or feeling them. Poltergeists and moving objects. Is there a rational explanation? Next, let's talk about poltergeists, or ghosts that are said to move objects around. People have reported witnessing items flying off shelves, doors slamming shut, or furniture moving on its own. But could there be a logical reason behind these claims? Some scientists suggest that poltergeist activity might actually be due to something called recurrent spontaneous psychokinesis, RSPK. This is a term used to describe when a person unconsciously moves objects without touching them, usually due to stress or emotional tension. It's almost like a person has an invisible force that pushes things around when they're upset. Another explanation could be simple trickery or misunderstandings. Often, objects moving could be due to natural causes, like vibrations from passing trucks, earthquakes, or even strong drafts of wind. In some cases, people may also create fake poltergeist activity to get attention or play pranks. In older houses, loose fittings or the natural settling of the building over time can make objects appear to move on their own. So, while it's exciting to think about objects moving due to unseen forces, there are many more down-to-earth reasons for these occurrences. Telekinesis and mind powers, science or fiction? Have you ever heard of telekinesis? It's the idea that people can move objects with their minds, like a superhero using their powers. While this might sound super cool, is there any truth to it? The scientific community remains highly skeptical about telekinesis. Many so-called demonstrations of telekinesis have been debunked as magic tricks or illusions. For example, some people use hidden wires or magnets to make it look like they are moving objects with their minds. Others might use techniques like suggestion or distraction to make you think something moved when it didn't. From a scientific standpoint, there's no evidence that the human mind can move objects without physical contact. Our brains work through electrical impulses and chemical reactions, which don't have the power to move physical objects in the way that telekinesis suggests. Most scientists agree that what people often interpret as telekinesis is more likely a combination of wishful thinking, clever trickery, and psychological influences. So, while it's fun to imagine having superpowers, telekinesis remains in the realm of fiction rather than fact. Near-death experiences, a glimpse of the afterlife, or brain trickery? Many people who have had near-death experiences, NDEs, report seeing bright lights, feeling a sense of peace, or even meeting deceased loved ones. These stories are often taken as evidence of an afterlife, but what does science say about them? Some researchers believe that NDEs can be explained by the brain's response to extreme stress or trauma. When the brain is deprived of oxygen, it can cause hallucinations, feelings of detachment from the body, and even euphoria. This might explain the sensations people report during NDEs. Additionally, a study has shown that certain chemicals released by the brain during times of trauma or stress can create vivid dreams or hallucinations that feel incredibly real. Another theory suggests that the brain, during these moments, is trying to make sense of the unfamiliar and potentially terrifying experience of coming close to death, leading to visions of a bright light or a tunnel. So, while NDEs are profound and deeply personal experiences, there might be more to them than meets the eye, and it might just be all in our heads. The power of suggestion. How our minds play tricks on us. The human brain is an incredible thing, capable of amazing feats, but it's also easily tricked. Our brains are constantly trying to make sense of the world around us, and sometimes they fill in the gaps with things that aren't really there. This is known as the power of suggestion. For example, if someone tells you that a place is haunted, you might be more likely to interpret a creaky floorboard or a flickering light as a ghostly presence. Our brains can also be influenced by our emotions, stress, and expectations, making us see or hear things that aren't actually there. Psychologists have studied this phenomenon extensively and found that people are more likely to report paranormal experiences in dark, unfamiliar, or creepy environments. This is because our brains are wired to be on high alert in these situations, which can make us more prone to interpreting normals and sights as something paranormal. So, while it's easy to believe in ghosts and other supernatural entities, a lot of what we perceive might just be our brains playing tricks on us, paranormal or psychological. So, is there a scientific explanation for paranormal phenomena? While there's no concrete evidence to prove the existence of ghosts, telekinesis, or other supernatural occurrences, science offers many plausible explanations for why people might believe in them. Whether it's infrasound, electromagnetic fields, the power of suggestion, or psychological and physiological responses to stress, there are many ways our brains and bodies can trick us into thinking we've experienced something otherworldly. But that doesn't mean the mystery isn't fun to explore. And that's it for today's video. What do you think? Do you believe in the paranormal, or do you think there's always a scientific explanation? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Fact Fusion, and click the bell icon to stay updated on our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.